either the details of it or the entire memory itself just disappears. So after this happens, Esty ends up in Spain and just really throws herself into school. This is so interesting because there's certain details where I'm like, oh, okay, she was like a smart, educated, dedicated girl. And then there's a point in this case where Esty does not only one of the dumbest things that I've ever heard, but it's also the stupidest. She did the stupidest, dumbest thing. She did one of the dumbest, stupidest things that I've probably heard of in a true crime case, but we'll get there. But in her younger years, when she was in school, she really, really excelled, and she also knew 4 languages. I just always think that that's so impressive. She knew Spanish, she knew German, she knew English, she knew Italian. But her goal was not to be an academic or just really excel in school to possibly make a big career. She really wanted to be a mother. And, you know, her parents would say, Esty, you're so smart.
Looking for a man. It's Kane.
You know, they moved from Mexico City, which wasn't quite as expensive as Barcelona. Barcelona was much pricier. So, you know, things were difficult. And they really tried to...
One more stop and they can get off the field on 3rd and long.
You go to school, you need to do more. Esty was like...
Looking to throw and he needs a bunch.
Baby. A couple babies, and I want to be a mom. So fast forward a little bit to when she's 22 years old, and like the boys in town are just not him. Okay, nothing's catching her eye. Nothing. It looks like it's going to give her that family that she wants, and things just feel kind of stale. So she decides that she's going to move to Berlin, Germany. She already speaks the language, speaks multiple languages. She's just going to, you know, fit into the culture, and she got a job at a restaurant. If you like stories and storytelling, you probably like immersion.
These wide receivers, man, I'm gonna miss out when I transfer, man. I don't know. I wanna like there's a team steadily go up the rank. You know, I might stay here one more year. You know what I'm saying? I did not know you can do a fucking like a actual read option where you keep the ball on the RPO. That shit's so tough. I did not know you can do that shit. Anyway, man. Today is another day to attempt to learn how to change my guitar strings, man. Last Sunday, that shit popped. So, yeah. I got 4 different strings, but the ones I want to put on, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And also, I'm going to try to find my very first guitar strings that I ever bought from, like, Amazon. Put in one of my book bags before I had moved, so I do need to change my guitar string. I might change the entire set. Oh, that Fender, I might.
That's a play this guy can run in his sleep too. They rep this
I
over
might.
and over and over. It's like clockwork for this guy.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
Off the play fake. Looking to scramble. He's going to run it. And boy,
4th and no.
Maybe just a couple of inches short. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Looking for a deep man. And he makes the grab and gets the foot down. What a job for a huge gain there. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
He'll try to do it himself. No fear from this freshman quarterback as he picks up the 1st down himself. And the Eagles come to the line with a new set of downs.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to...
A shot toward the end zone. And it's
Mm-hmm.
caught. Touchdown, Eagles. They'll throw it on first down. Coming after
I
it.
try to go up the middle, bro. What the
Is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. Unloads to the
That's a
wideout.
bad pass.
The freshman quarterback very fortunate for that one to fall incomplete. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
That's how you blow up the screen pass.
My shit dropped from 91% to 78, bro. That shit is tough.
To the air, it's King.
He played that.
Incomplete. And he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic. Fortunate to get it back.
Alright, let me actually read the defense. This might be like a Tampa 2 or a cover 1 type shit.
He's looking to throw. Fires to the right. And the pass is in.
And y'all catch the fucking ball?
Yeah, and you use these running backs so much.
Bro, I missed
game now, and you expect them to make those
5
plays,
passes in a row,
big
dog.
explosive plays
That
in the
shit
backfield.
crazy.
Just got to make sure he concentrates and sees that ball come in.
He gets it
Bro.
so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. There's a
Went from 91 to 68, dog. Like, what is going on, man? Can y'all niggas throw that?
They'll put the tight end in motion. Wasting no time throwing on this drive.
Like,
And this will be incomplete. A big
these niggas just not open.
second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He's going to pass on 2nd down.
I'm kind of
Makes the
cold.
catch. It's Arnold. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. The Eagles headed quickly to the line. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. Caught near the sticks. It's Arnold.
Yeah, offensive line, too.
There as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. 3rd and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, first down.
That last completion sets him up on 2nd down. He'll do it himself. Oh, what a move. Crosses the 30. He's got to lay it. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. Georgia Southern really efficient on offense. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Still looking on the move. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there. This offense has a 2nd down play. Gonna run it. It's White. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Let's see what they've dialed up on 3rd and long from the 22. The play action fake. Quickly complete. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. And with that one, he's now over 3 bills for the game.
And there's 2 reasons why, Reese. He's made good decisions, and he's been accurate throwing the football all game long.
Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Touchdown, Eagle. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight. getting set on second down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
And David, how demoralizing does it have to be for a defense when you know they're going to run it, everyone in the stadium knows they're going to run it, and still you cannot stop it?
There's nothing more demoralizing as a defensive lineman because it ticks you off. It gets in your head. You know that guy's going to come off and smack you, and you got to do something about it. I think the defense may be time to start committing more guys to stopping that run, not worrying about the pass as much.
Now on third down, this offense has been rolling. Can the defense stand tall? They'll try to bully their way for the first. And the Eagles get enough to move the chains.
This is one of the top 10 offenses in the nation in getting first downs. To do that, you got to have balance. You can't always throw for it on third down. You've got to be able to run it as well. And they've got a dude in the backfield who just knows how to move the chains.
Georgia Southern in a hurry. Dropping back, it's Kane. Going for it all.
Damn, that nigga played that. Okay, good play, good play. I should throw a little bit closer, like towards the S.
He's already thrown 4 TD passes. He saw a look, wanted to take another shot, and that time they just fall short with the
Fuck, man. Stupid ass offensive lineman, bro. Oh, God. No, just 91%. Oh, what the fuck, man.
They'll run it from the gun.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten
Hey, go ahead and pass, bro.
Cover fast guys out on the
Running back's not getting fucking shit.
Downhill and make it a physical tackle in the hole.
Quick strike complete.
Ew, bro.
Goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. It's White.
There's no way you didn't just run forward.
Wide out in motion. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll run it from the gun. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. They need the 40 to convert here on third down. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On third and long, trying to have a big
Oh my fucking God. Not this Madden bullshit, bro. Like, you know he running the curl. I know he running the curl. Just, why are you throwing it like he going on a streak, bro?
They're going to throw it to start the drive. They'll run the screen. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? This is what got this team in this position to win this game. Aggressive offense, taking shots. Here we are in the fourth quarter. They've got the lead. Why stop now?
And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You get the ball out. When things break down, they get off schedule. You've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
And the defense snows him under after a very short game. Here they come on third down, and the defense has had no answer so far. He'll keep it himself. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. The Eagles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The give to the tailback. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Play number 7 on this drive, and it'll be 3rd and 2. Back to throw, it's King. Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield.
Well, let me go ahead and throw it like there so it won't fucking put them out of bounds. Dude.
Playing this passing attack. You have any chance in the world, this defense has to come up with a stop on first and goal.
Nick, oh.
It's incomplete.
I tried to hit him when he stopped.
Right there. Got nothing last time. Now second and goal from the 3. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle. Georgia Southern in a hurry. Wants to fire it in the end zone on third and goal. They'll run it to keep the clock moving.
It's about time, nigga. It's about time, nigga. Don't get caught, nigga. It's about time, nigga. 97 yards. That's what I'm talking about.
And the pummeling has started. They are finishing the deal, building the lead here in the 4th, and they are going to go to 7-0.
This is
97 yards, my boy. Okay.
Going up top on first down. He's got it. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia Southern. They go to the ground. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
They move the tight end all over. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Looking for room. It's White. He breaks a tackle. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Unloads to the right. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. And they probably don't need to risk running a play here, but the head coach might want to rub it in just a little bit.
Well, that is actually... Oh, and look, rules and restrictions might apply. Now, when she was working at this restaurant, this guy named Holger Holtz would come in all the time. And Holger, okay, not much of a fox, and he's quite a bit older than her, like he's 15 years older than her. But he really likes Esty, and he's always like hitting on her. He's always trying to make little excuses to come in. She notices this, and it's really flattering. In her memoir, she actually said, "Well, he always found excuses to come to my restaurant, and he was always so complimentary." So he's laying on the charm dick. Truly, I always say, dude, if they were laying on the charm a little too thick, red flag, red flag. So Holger makes her feel desired. He makes her feel loved and attractive. He makes her feel like she's worth pursuing. Like, this is a very almost primitive mating, like, you know, kind of song and dance. Like him courting the beautiful woman, right? So this makes her feel probably even more feminine, even more motherly, and just like she's all in. She really, really likes this guy. And she feels like he likes her too. So they start a little relationship. And mind you, she was 22 years old and he was 36. They really, really felt like this was the right match. Well, yes, he did. They start a little relationship. And mind you, she was 22 years old and he was 36. They really, really felt like this was the right match. Well, yes, he did. I'm not sure about Holger, though. But he did think she was pretty, and he did want to date her. As much as I hate to quote a killer, Esty did this whole memoir, and there's just so much information about, her thoughts and the timeline of things that it's just really integral to putting this all together. So another thing she actually said was, when he asked me out on a date, I said yes straight away. And a few weeks later, when he asked me to marry him, I said yes. This is such a red flag to me on both ends. This is kind of an older guy. He could just be a serial monogamous. He might just think she's very pretty. He's older, single, turning on the charm. I'm this is something we're going to have to watch. We're going to have to incubate for a few months. And they just jumped right into it. I feel like we see this a lot in true crime cases. These really just short flings turning into full-blown marriages or affairs in some capacity, because people that don't understand and don't value love just give it, and they say, here, take what I have. And the other person says, oh, I need that, I'll take that. And they're like, yay, this feels great. And then everything just blows up, There's a sense of desperation in a lot of the ways that Esty recaps her life and her relationship, and it just all leads back to children. Now, I ask you, did Holger just lure her in, or did he really love her? I don't know. So, they're together, they're married, and off the jump, it's not good.
Oh my 2K21 courage and clips, man. Hold on, look at that. Green beat. Ooh, whoa. With that jump shot 98 and speed boosting all over the place in 2K21. I ain't saying 2K21 courage was a good game. That shit was that shit made time go by though. I don't know, man. I feel kind of different about 21. To me, 21 net gen is the second worst. No, I ain't gonna lie. I got 21 current gen and net gen over 23 current gen and net gen. I ain't gonna lie. And you can make wipes on this game too. You know what my shit was? Green Bay. Cause at first, bro, I could not shoot at all. But then your center getting contact dunks, your point guard that you make can pull from deep. 21 courage, bro. Oh my God. Green Bay. Oh, that was white. Oh, Green Bay. Oh, that was 3v3 pro. Oh, I forgot about my team. I used to cook niggas. I used to cook. I used to cook niggas in my team. Shit. Hello, bro. Oh my God. I used to cook niggas in my team. Shit, bro. Oh my God. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, nigga, I just spent off a double team and green the shot. That is a dot of hell, boy. Hello, hello, hello. Curse slide, Speeble. Oh my. 21 current gen wasn't even that bad, bro. It was just the aura behind the shit was just. I don't know, man. 21, then I used to cook niggas on my team, bro. I got 21 over 23. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Damn. Green Bay. Oh, shit. Curry. Speeble. Green Bay. Oh, my God. 21 courage, bro. Damn, that shit was clean in a bitch, bro. Green Bay. 21 courage was clean in a bitch. It was really that, but then you could quit stop on that motherfucker. Oh, my. Ooh. 21 courage bro. That shit was tough, man. Yes, sir. And lost by three. Lost by three. So, I'm gonna change my helmet on these niggas real quick though. I wear it with little 2 bars at the top. They just don't really wear that no more. Tight shit.
Welcome to Norfolk, Virginia, home of the Old Dominion Monarchs, and close to a full house here as fans are eagerly anticipating this clash we have in store. Today, a couple of Sun Belt rivals ready to square off. As we'll see, the winners of 7 straight, the Georgia Southern Eagles, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Old Dominion Monarchs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. He's looking to throw it. Pocket starts to collapse. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receivers. Georgia Southern in a hurry. Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. A 3rd and long coming up here. They try to pop a run on the draw. Works his way through the traffic, and he picks up 8 yards on the play, and this one's much more manageable on foot.
What they seem to have in common is that they both really, really, really want to be loved, and it's just not a sturdy foundation for a relationship.
He'll pull it down and
run. After they got together, another thing happens. Parker ends up getting extremely involved with Hari Krishna, which is it's faulty, okay? It's faulty. Now, Hari Krishna is based off of kind of like Hindu scriptures, so you think, oh, okay, maybe this is just like a branch of that, and it's just maybe a little more strict. But when I actually looked this up, I saw that the more formal name for the Hare Krishna is International Society for Krishna Consciousness.
Quick tempo here for the offense.
All the cult people pick culty names. Like, if you want to trick me and you want me to join it, you need a name that is, like, less culty, okay? Like, Twin Flames Universe it sounds culty, but I'm surprised they didn't go International Society for Twin Flame Consciousness. Like, you know, like this, I don't know. These people just pick the cultiest names, all right? So Homer goes deep into this religion or belief set or something, right? Maybe he's lost and looking for something in life, but the extremities of the morals within the religion or cult caused him to take on this almost
To the air, it's
purity, and he was
trying
just
to get to it.
as all
He's
that.
gonna take
Everything
off.
that she did was wrong. She needed to change a whole bunch of things about herself and her beliefs. And you know, he kind of had this like almost haughty behavior about him, as though he was better than her, and she needed to go work on some things. And that's how he was always treating her. They begin to get very resentful of each other. And this is interesting because resent in a marriage or a relationship, like this is something where
That's a good run too.
and then it tangles up and it builds and bonds. And resentment can take quite a bit of time to really build up. These people had resentment for each other within a matter of weeks or months. Like it was not good. It very quickly spirals into a sad marriage, and when you like don't know that much about love and you just want it and you think it's so beautiful, this is a really devastating moment when you realize that you've married somebody and you don't want to leave the marriage because maybe you're religious or maybe you were just raised like, I don't want to have a divorce. It's just very devastating. So Esty still longs for the passion that they had in the beginning of their relationship, the romance, the excitement, reciprocation. It feels like it's gone forever. But, you know, maybe she can get what she came here for, which is a baby. That's what she wants. I mean, this is my husband. Give me a baby. So she tries to reignite the conversation about having children and starting a family together because, you know, Holger, he's, you know, going on 40. He's not getting any younger. It's like, if you're going to have kids, you may as well have them with me, even though things weren't happy. And also, you know, sometimes people think, like, if we have a baby, maybe it'll fix things. Maybe sometimes it does. Maybe sometimes it doesn't. So she's like, Holger, let's have a child together. Let's start a family. Make me a mother. I want to have your baby. And Holger, being so wrapped up in the Hare Krishna, which they have a belief that you don't have sex unless it's to procreate. So you see Holger not having sex at all either. There's no connection, you know, no sex, no love, no romance or anything. He's only allowed to, quote, have sex per his religion if he is procreating. And in this moment, she wants to procreate, but he's still like, no, I don't want it. I mean, and there's no record that he was like cheating per se. It just seems like he was completely turned off the idea of sex. And not only does he not want to have regular intercourse or procreate with her, he is starting to get really rude whenever she brings up them connecting in this way at all. Very dismissive, very hand in her face.
I gotta start doing that shit, bro.
This is really confusing for her because she's like, how are you sexually attracted to me? Like, I love you, I'm attracted to you. What do I have to do? So it kind of starts with him making some comments about her appearance, but it's also her feeling like, well, like as a woman, maybe I need to be more beautiful so that you'll have sex with me. I know it's our flawed consciousness, right? But she thinks that, and he's making comments about her appearance. She's like, okay, I'm going to keep up with everything. I'm going to always do my hair nicely.
Oh my god.
Something, right? And so she's trying so hard to win him over. And this is like a pattern that if kids feel like they need to earn love from a parent, parent. Like, if the parent doesn't show a lot of emotion or they're never handing out any praise, just constantly doling out, like,
He wants to
criticism
throw.
and mixed signals,
And he'll be knocked down
person
at
is
the
going to start to
2-yard
learn that they have
line.
to earn love and they have to
Well,
jump
defense
really
has the
high just to
opponent
get
backed
like
up
a
in their
little
own end,
grain
and they
of
are
something.
pinning their ears
And
back,
it's
getting
very
after
possible
the
that Esty
quarterback.
was in
You
this
see the
mindset because
athleticism
Holger
and the
was
speed
giving
they
her
have up front
nothing
as they're
and
able
she
to
just
notch
kept
that
trying to
sack.
jump higher.
And
She
they're
was
able
like,
to
I'm
shove
doing
him
this.
to the
I'm
turf
gonna
as they
get
stop him
this.
for a
Also,
short gain.
for somebody that slips into
Not
that
exactly
mindset
the
sometimes,
ideal
be careful
situation for
because
this
usually the
offense.
prize
Third
you're
and
going
long,
after
backed up inside
is
their
not
20.
that good of a prize. Think about it. So Esty was trying so hard with her appearance, trying to get more seductive,
Looking to
just
throw, and he
anything
needs
to
a
like
chunk
win
play.
her husband back. And he
Grabbed
starts
over the
pushing
middle.
away
It's Burgess.
even further.
Look at the angle. Okay.
It's like very much coming from
Nigga took that angle shot.
it's devastating to her
Defense is about
because
learning
it's
the plays.
basically
Third
like,
down, what do
hey,
they like to do?
I see
How do
everything
they
you're
do it?
doing,
So
and this
far,
is
the offense
disgusting.
having a little bit of
Goodbye.
success,
Like,
but the
that's
defense
just
now,
how
you got to figure out what they're doing.
On the fashion bar. You use my code, squarespace.com/sinister. Go there, and then you can register. And then you're going to go to Squarespace. If you want to make it easy, all you got to do is
Leaves
hop
it with the
into
back.
Squarespace, build that
Got
site.
enough for the first down.
So, what are you going to do?
And he's out of
Here's
bounds
this
after
10%
a
for me,
terrific run
and
and
then
a
you're going to
nice
go
pickup.
free fair trade.
Well, I know
Women
this
have
is an
time.
offensive line
And
that
because
has
I
a
know where
ton
the
of
story is
pride.
going,
They want
I'm
to come
really
out
trying to
each and every
understand, like, how
game
did we get from
and
this?
really
Because I think that's an experience that a
impose
lot of
their
women
will
have
on the
had in
D-line. They got
relationships
just enough
before,
push there on
where
that
they
run play
just
to pick up the first.
essentially feel like their femininity is being destroyed by their partner for some reason, right? I'm trying to figure out how we got from here to what Esty did.
They'll move the running back to try
And
to
the big
force
thing
the
that's
defense
coming to
to
me
adjust.
is like she tried everything that
Hit
was
the
within the
afterburners
schematic of
kick.
what society told her
And
to
the
do
defense
to
had
be like a good
chase
wife,
mode, and they
and then
finally get him
there was
down
just
at the
nothing
35.
left. There's nothing else written
And
on
the
the pages,
Eagles
and
will
so she
snap it on
probably
first
just
and
blanks
10.
out like, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
Looking to move it through
It's
the air. Flushed out of the pocket.
place that you really like, which
And
always
it
wants to go.
slips through his
Very
fingers
capable.
incomplete. That would have been a
Business.
huge gain if he
Ice
could
cream
have
shop.
squeezed it. Still on the
Somehow
35-yard
he
line
had an
after that
opportunity
incompletion.
to
Here
own
comes
an
second
ice
and
cream
10.
shop in Vienna,
Using the
Austria,
back as a receiver on
and
the screen.
pitches this idea to
And
her,
he's
and it's
a
so
real
exciting. She's like,
nowhere
oh my
man
god, maybe
tackled
this is
in
the
this
chance for
no-gain
a
land.
piece of life. It's just switching things up a little bit. Something
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it.
What to the hell,
Trying
man?
to make magic with his feet.
So they pack
Any
up
way
their
you
stuff,
can in your
move to
freshman
Vienna,
season at
and
quarterback,
they
and he
now
gets
are
it
the
done on the
owners
ground.
of this little ice
On
cream
first and
shop.
10,
It's
trying to
called
strike from the
Schlenkeria
15.
Ice Cream. The other
They'll
thing is, this
ride
is
the
a
running
business
back and leave it with
opportunity
it.
for Holger,
And
but
he runs
she
through
told
one
Esty,
tackle and
listen,
picks up a
you can
few.
do this, you go to
Operating in
Vienna,
the red zone here
we're better
on
at
second
business,
down.
and then we will have our first one.
Rides to the back.
And she's
And
over the
he'll
moon.
sprint in.
Like finally.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place
Good enough.
to call
Finally,
that
let's
play.
do it.
I
And
think this
also,
offense needs to think about
honestly,
just
this is
doing
kind
things
of
a little bit
it's
more
kind of a
by
dream
the book.
scenario.
They've got a
It's
lot of
kind
good
of cute,
playmakers.
you know.
You don't have to
Of course,
reinvent
if
the
it
wheel
works
this
out,
early.
as soon as they got to Vienna,
They can
as soon as
convert
they got
here.
everything
That
all set
type of
up,
play can really
it
give you a
just
shot
goes
of
back
momentum.
to the same old story.
They'll run play action.
No, not
The
really.
sweet feet buy a little time.
Sex with
He throws
Fuck.
one to the left.
Esty can win.
Man, this QB is so dangerous. He can get outside the pocket. Right here, you can tell. He gets outside the pocket now.
I also gotta say, being rejected in a relationship is incredibly painful. Can you imagine being rejected week
He's
over
gonna
day
pass.
over day over day?
Rolling to
And
the
also,
right,
you have
trying
this
to make
Nah.
something happen.
also
It's
seemingly
complete. By
is
the
almost
way, run out of
enjoying
bounds, but
rejecting
he has this
themselves.
offense rolling
Watch
with
it
a first
on
down.
Paramount Plus before it's too late.
Am I the spirit? Okay. And
Looking downfield, it's King.
That nigga close line shit.
Back at the 45. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they
This is the
are
point
ready
in the
to go
story where
again.
we go from Esty being in fairly
He's
normal
looking for a man on
situation,
second
stressful, traumatizing, but we all
And
go
he
through a lot
was
of
hit
times.
just
And this is
as
where things start to get weird. So when you're playing a really bad
Third
partner,
down
and you've
conversions
only
are
been
a
together
huge stat,
for
and this
maybe a
one
year,
would be a
2
doozy if
years,
they can pull it
and
off.
you're young,
Now rolling
pretty,
to the left.
and you're 24,
At
25
the
years
35,
old,
he's got room.
your life is
And he
just
has
beginning.
vexed this defense with scramble after
If your
scramble,
relationships
has
are good,
another
you
first
might
down.
start to
Quarterback checking
fantasize
off.
about a divorce.
Wants to throw on
You
first
might
down.
start to fantasize about other
He
partners.
rifles one deep down the right
But
side.
in most cases,
That is just a
we don't start to
sideline
fantasize
clinic.
about
Throw,
murdering
catch,
our
toe
spouse.
drag, everything you want.
Now, you guys out there that have been in 20-year marriages, I don't know. I don't know what you guys are going through. But 2 years in, and you're dreaming about murdering your spouse,
Can the defense stop them again on
please
second and goal?
go. There was no account.
And he will
Even by
take
her
it
own
in.
account, she was not
Touchdown,
trapped in
Eagle.
this relationship by Holger. It can be very, very difficult to leave, almost impossible to leave an abusive partner. But she was more so trapped by the societal confines of, I finally found a man
They'll
that
throw
loves
it on
me.
first down.
I am a married woman. I'm
Unloads
going
to
to
the
be a
wideout.
good wife, and
A
soon
strike
I will
downfield.
be a mother.
And the
That's
explosive
what she
play,
was
they're on
trapped
the
in.
move all the way
She
to the
never wanted to
44.
leave. She never
That
really
last
tried
play is the
to
kind of
leave.
thing the offense can really build some momentum on, and now they've got it first and 10 outside the 40.
Our situation is getting increasingly worse. But remember, guys, we also have a
He's
business
looking
over
to throw it.
here, an ice cream parlor.
Moving out
So
of the
they
pocket.
own it together, and because she's super
Fires on the
feminine,
move.
she
He's got an open
loves
man.
kids. Obviously, there's a lot of
And he
kids coming
was
in and out of the
loose
ice
and
cream
in the
parlor.
open
And
field
2,
and
she's done
on
this
his
before.
way. A
So SD is
tremendous
just like
pickup
the
on that one.
perfect little
After
ice
that
cream
huge
maven.
gain, now a
She's got
chance to
fun, and
catch it in from
she
just
speaks 4
outside
different
the 5.
languages, and she's like, oh, pretty much. She's got a little apron on. She took a lot of pride in this kind of like homemaker, like very pretty, cute appearance. And she's crushing it at the ice cream parlor. And guess who's not? Holger. He's not much of a businessman. Now, you guys might think, oh, it's an ice cream parlor. You just scoop, press a couple of buttons, and take the money, right? But running a business is just simply not that easy,
Motion
right?
from the
You
offense.
might need to hire people. You might need to
A first
market
down
your
run on
business
the
a little
doorstep.
bit. You need to,
He'll
like,
be brought
balance
down
the
at the 5-yard
finances. You
line,
need
and
to
this
do a lot of
defense is on
ordering.
its
Like,
heels.
no matter
Now
what
on
type of
second and
business you're running,
And it's not a
not
surprise
easy.
who they gave the football
Holger
to.
wasn't
When
very
you get
good
down
at
in this
this.
area,
Nor
they're
did
going
he
to
care.
call his
He
name.
thought that
The
he was just going to
physical
put
back,
Essie
they're
in the
gonna give
front
him the
of the ice
football.
cream
They're gonna
shop,
use their
and
identity
she
of
was just going to be a little
physicality
baddie,
and
and they
run
were
game
a
down
bunch
here
of
in
money.
Louisville.
He was not
Receiver
pulling his
looks it
weight
in, it's
on doing
complete.
all the
That nigga
administrative
broke all them
pieces on
tackles.
the back end. So Esty is feeling rejected. She's feeling unloved, and now she's got this crappy business partner for a business that she actually really quite likes. So she decides to try to step up and help manage it a bit while he
And it's
really
incomplete.
does
If you're going to take a
nothing.
hit like that, you might as well hang on
She
to the
wrote in her
ball.
memoir that at one
And
point
here
they
comes
were
the
still
offense on
operating the
second
store,
down.
but they had no ice cream
Here's
because
the
he hadn't
handoff.
ordered anything. So she's also not great at this stuff either, but like they're trying. And Jesus, these two moved out to Vienna, and now they're struggling to run the ice cream shop together. Like, this is so the opposite of the happily ever after that
He
Gibson
played
was in
that.
her.
Yeah, he played that.
Incomplete. They tried to hit him with a
Oh,
big
I
one
did
on
not
first
expect that
down.
nigga to get that quicker,
After the
bro.
misfire now
I
on
said
second
quicker. I did
down.
not expect him to get there
See it in
that
football
quick,
all
man.
the time, right? I get a matchup on the outside.
Damn.
I want to try to play man coverage. I'm going to let my wide receiver try to go up and make a play. A lot of times the wide receiver wins. Not this time.
On third and long, he has to
Oh, that
throw
nigga got
for
him
it.
beat.
He hurls
Please
one
don't play
deep
that.
down the left
He play.
side.
Damn, I hate
And
these
this
fucking
is
safeties,
dropped.
man.
Incomplete pass. He had
I
a
wish some lob
huge
pass
gain in his
could be a
fingers,
little
and he
bit more quicker.
trying to find his man on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end. Really good concept there to get things going.
How did he move his way inside that like that? I don't know if y'all niggas get like annoyed when somebody watching the video while playing the game or whatever, but just to make time go by since you literally can't chew clock.
So, I don't know why Holger is still here either. Like, you not like her, then I don't know, go on, do something else. Maybe he was asexual. Maybe it didn't matter. He just wanted to trap her. I don't know. But neither of them are happy, and the business is failing. So they're trying to keep this thing running. And she's coming in and day out. Maybe she enjoyed, like, helping the kids, giving out the ice cream, all of that. She tried to be bright when she was working the counter at the ice cream parlor. But also, I want to remind you guys, too, a lot of this information comes from Estee's memoir. There's lots of sources, but there's a few things that, we pulled from her memoir. And when we get to what she did, I think we'll all be able to agree that, like, she was not this picture-perfect person in a relationship. She did not know how to set boundaries. She didn't know how to identify her own needs. She didn't think her own needs mattered. She had emotional outbursts. This is all, like, pretty normal stuff, right? But, like, I'm trying to paint a picture that, like, Holger sucked. Holger absolutely sucked. And then Essie did not have the emotional training and societal understanding to engage in this relationship. And when she got frustrated, she was also kind of a nightmare. But she's not well, okay? She's not well. But, I don't have any court records that are explicitly documenting, like, certain things that happened between them. I don't think that either of these people were great partners, and they certainly were not compatible. But this guy ends up meeting somebody that she might actually be more compatible with. And he's the refrigerator man at the ice cream store. He's the guy that comes in and he, like...
Why did she say it like that, though? Like, that's a good storyteller, I ain't gonna lie. I just want to know why did she choose to say it like that, you know what I'm saying? And, like, as she said it, that shit made me smile. Like,
might actually be more compatible with. And he's the refrigerator man at the ice cream store. He's the guy that comes in and he, like, sells and fixes all the refrigerators. And they've got...
They'll give him maybe one on the play. It's down to the 20.
He's the guy that comes in and he, like, sells and fixes all the refrigerators. And they've got a lot of refrigerators. So she's seeing this guy all the time. And then also, just like Holger, Ice Cream Man is, like, making an effort to come in. He's making an effort to see her. He's flirting. He's also very flirty, very charming. So anyways, I'm so rambly today. I don't know if it's interesting to you guys, but whatever. The guy that she meets, the new guy that she met, his name is Manfred. And Esty and Manfred, they start talking, they start chatting, and she just starts laying it on about her marriage, okay? She's talking so much smack about her spouse, but Holger is the biggest thing in her life. Her two biggest things in life are the ice cream shop and her husband Holger, and both of those things kind of go hand in hand. So, yeah, she starts venting about this to him and just spilling everything. And of course, Manfred is eating this up because this pretty girl that he's been seeing at the ice cream shop not only doesn't get along with her husband, but she's telling him about it. And he's like, oh yeah, baby, that's so bad.
They'll start this drive with a pass.
Better. And so she's
doing what he does best.
This Manfred's like, oh, I would never do it. And this is so interesting because, one, they're doing something that happens all the time, even not even just affairs, it can happen in anything. Intimacy bonding over a common end. Two people start to talk shit about one person, and then they think that they're close now because they both don't like this person, and they feel closer every time they talk smack about this person. When you take this person out of the equation, these two people, they don't know anything about each other. The intimacy is not real, okay? So they're intimacy bonding over a common enemy, which is her spouse, and also what she's doing in this time, which she doesn't realize, is she's telling Manfred everything that Holger is doing wrong and what upsets her and hurts her the most, and then it's giving him information of just what to say. Because now he knows exactly what he needs to hear. It's easy for somebody, like, in an affair situation to be this perfect kind of knight in shining armor when you're spoon-feeding them everything that you don't like about your spouse. Then this new potential partner is just going to do the opposite of everything you hate about the spouse, and then they're just going to tell you everything that you want to hear. This also creates a goal if this third-party person is toxic, that's like coming into this like relationship or affair or something, because some people, for their own self-validation, will want to get you to leave your partner so that they can feel like they're worth it, like they're important, like, oh, so kind of create this little goal, right? So obviously I'm inferring some information, but of what I've gathered, what I feel like was happening, I mean, this is typical affair stuff, right? Is Esty and Holger have a terrible, terrible relationship. Esty meets the first guy that gives her attention and effort. This is apparently important to her. She always mentions the effort. And then she starts talking about her husband, this new guy, and this new...
It ain't my dad's razor, Dad. Hey, watch it. It's from Gillette Labs. This green bar releases trapped hairs from of the week, but you never...
I mean, this is typical affair stuff, right? Is Esty and Holger have a terrible, terrible relationship. Esty meets the first guy that gives her attention and effort. This is apparently important to her. She always mentions the effort. And then she starts talking shit about her husband to this new guy. And this new guy is like, wait, this like young, hot woman is interested in me? Yeah, baby, keep talking. Yeah, you should totally believe your husband. Yeah, I'll take good care of you. Come on, yeah, totally. And it's just building day over day over day over day. And I think that Esty is a little naive in the sense that she doesn't see the like old horny man that's over here. She just sees like, oh my God, is this true love? Like, that's what type of person she is. Also, I'm gonna get insecure here for a minute. I'm going really heavy into character dynamics today, but I'm doing it based off of like things that she said or information that I have in front of me. You be the judge. But that's what we like to talk about here. Sinister isn't just true crime and murders and going into the grisly of it. This is about people and their relationships with each other, and that's what I really try to dive into. But reminder, if you're enjoying that, rate the podcast 5 stars on Apple and Spotify, and I don't know, leave a comment on YouTube or like it or subscribe to the channel or something. You're helping us, okay? Or maybe we're hanging out, I don't know. Okay, so Manfred and Esty, new guy, they get really, really close, and finally she says, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna leave him. I'm gonna leave my husband. And Manfred is like, yes, like straight up. Those are the vibes that I get from this guy. So Esty tells Manfred, and then she tells Holger. She says, I want a divorce. I want to get out of this. And this is a big conversation to have. This is a big move for her. So first husband, Holger, who she's getting a divorce from, he really liked to play video games. He loved to play video games, and he loved to make her feel like anything that she said or did was in one ear and out the other. And when she proposes to this divorce, which is a huge moment, he's like, yeah, I agree. Which, honestly, to me, almost feels like even another form of rejection, which she's been feeling the entire relationship. But he's just like, yeah, for sure. And she's like, okay, well, I have someone new that I'm going to be with. I don't know if she told him that, but, like, he just, anything she fires off, he's like, okay, whatever. And they go through this whole thing, and then at the end of it, he says to her, oh, by the way, I'm not moving out. Which, going back to how Esty has this normalized version of what life and love and marriage looks like, now her first husband is saying to her that he's not moving out of the house. And also, God, this woman does not have any boundaries. And so, I mean, worldview shattering. Like, I think she's like short-circuiting at this point, because I've said before, we create the world of what we know. And so when we run out of things that we know, we just really start to short-circuit. And you can remember me now.
EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, and guys, can't wait
she
to
just
get this
accepts
started.
it. relationship for like years, and now she's in this nightmare partnership roommate business situation, and he's just sitting there like a bum on a log, like, well, which I'm like, Holger, what was the goal? Like, it wasn't sex. It wasn't a family.
It's
not
first
like
down.
Married Esty into money. I really don't know what this man's motivations are.
Through the defense.
He's
They
just
are
there
on
like
the
a
move
bum
down
on
to
a
the
log.
32, and they pick up another first down.
Now,
Here's
also
this
keep in mind,
offense
this
with
is
a
around
fresh set
2008.
of downs.
I know we started the story when she was born in the 1970s, so I just want to bring you up to speed.
To the
He's like
ground
on a
with the back.
computer playing video games in Europe.
And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. From the 22
on a
on
computer
first
playing
and
video
10.
games in Europe. I don't know. That's just what's happening. So he's still at the house. This is just stressful. It's infuriating. It's too much to handle. But she doesn't know what else to do, so she's just continuing to do it day in and day out. And then there's another blow of bad news. Well, actually, there's good news and there's bad news. The bad news is very bad. What do you want first? The bad news or the good news? Let's do the good news.
Looking for a man,
the
it's
divorce
King.
is finalized. Holger and Esty are no longer legally
Gets out of
married.
bounds after the
Yay!
big game, but
You know,
they've
considering
got
he
it
wouldn't leave
first
the
and
house,
goal.
this could
On the doorstep
be
of
a very
cashing it in
difficult
for the
moment.
offense.
Because what if he says, I'm
Hey,
not
man, this
signing
QB
that, I'm
has
going to read his
delivered
terms,
all
you know?
year
But
long.
it
All
works
the
out,
hype coming in as a
and
freshman.
they
Like,
get the divorce.
really get on the
And
field.
now
Not only does
she
he get on
is
the field, now we're
free
talking
to
late in the
love
season
and hurt
about being a true
however they
freshman
choose to
quarterback,
exist in this
possibly
world.
winning a
Amazing.
Heisman. You talk about a guy that has handled every
What?
moment and
Congratulations on your
embraced
divorce.
it and
What?
excelled.
Let's,
This guy has been phenomenal.
let's just stop doing this. Let's cut it here. This was a blast, though. This is why I said earlier that I was like, maybe Manfred was the kind of toxic third party that comes into a relationship that just wants a beautiful woman to leave for his own validation, and then afterwards he doesn't want to commit further, right? And that's kind of what he did to her. It was like, okay, goal achieved. I made a hottie leave her husband. What next? So how do you guys think Esty is feeling up until this point? I mean, really? Have I done a decent job of trying to describe her character to you? This is she's a soda bottle. And the soda bottle is just really being shaken up. So her frustration starts to turn into rage. April 27th, 2008, while her first husband, Holger, is playing video games once again. This is probably also very frustrating for her because he's not taking care of the apartment. He is not running the business. She's managing and running everything up front. He's just not doing anything. And he's just sitting here playing video games and not listening to her and telling her he doesn't want her. And she's trying to talk to him, and she doesn't care. As she's trying to talk to him about something. She's pissed. He just doesn't care. There's also something very infuriating about when you're angry or getting louder and somebody is responding to you with even more and more minimization. Could have been some kind of like trigger for her, but in the interrogation, she kept mentioning that he was playing video games. She was very angry and very spiteful about something with the video games. And maybe it was being ignored, being dismissed by a man, something like that. So she went into another room and she grabbed one of his guns and she shot him in the back of the head 2 times.
What the fuck?
You're angry or getting louder and somebody is responding to you with even more and more minimization. Could have been some kind of like trigger for her, but in the interrogation she kept mentioning that he was playing video games. She was very angry and very spiteful about something with the video games, and maybe it was being ignored, being dismissed by a man, something like that. So she went into another room and she grabbed one of his guns and she shot him in the back of the head 2 times. The way I just described it to you, that's how it happened. There's also something so interesting about this. He had a gun collection that he really, really liked, and she always hated how much he loved his gun collection. She hated it. It was very annoying to her. He loved those guns more than her. That made her sick. So the fact that she went and took one of those guns and killed him so impulsively, it kind of reminds me of the Manling Williams case, where Manling's husband loved to collect samurai swords, and she also hated that he loved this weapon so much, seemingly more than her. And Manling killed her husband by slashing him up with a samurai sword. There's a previous episode on that if you haven't seen it, but some very interesting similarities, because Manling's husband also really enjoyed playing video games. Dusty's husband really enjoyed playing. It's just some small, but just some interesting parallels there for, you true crime junkies. Manling's husband, Neil, loved playing video games, loved collecting some type of weapon. Same night, she gets frustrated with him with the video games and then takes the thing that he loves and kills him with it, and then vice versa. ST basically did the same exact thing. So, I love looking at similar mechanisms between, different cases. So, and also, in the Manling case, that also involved an affair partner as well that was unrequited. Interesting, huh? So let me dive into the similarities between those two, because that is just very interesting. Anywho, so she walked into a .22 caliber Beretta pistol, and she shot him. In her memoir, she described the day as very peaceful. There was nice weather. She said there were children playing outside, but she blacked out her emotions and everything that moment. She couldn't describe what she was feeling then, but it appears she was able to kill very effortlessly, very impulsively, with absolutely no remorse. So now, a homegirl is dead. So remember when I said that SD could be a smart girl, or she could be a very, very stupid dumb girl? This is the moment where it gets pretty dumb. If you have watched true crime at all for more than a year, or seen more than 20 or 30 episodes of a show, what is the most common and the dumbest way that people try to get rid of a body? This is how you'll know if you're a true crime junkie or not, because you know what the number one answer is. They take a bottle of something flammable, whether it be gasoline or liquor, and they pour it on the body and then try to light it on fire. That's how you can find out how much somebody watches true crime. Ask them, if you pour liquor on a body and you light it on fire, how much of it will actually disintegrate? If they say more than 50%, they've never seen any true crime story in their entire life, because so many people try to do this and it doesn't work. So that's exactly what she does. She takes a bottle of schnapps, and which also, it's not moonshine, sister. It doesn't have a very high liquor content. But she takes a bottle of schnapps and she dumps it on him while he's slumped over. And she sets the body on fire, and she sits there watching it, thinking like he's just going to completely.
Why are you moving slow as shit?
And maybe some people actually feel that's possible, but like true crime people and first responders right now, they're like watching this and they're like, yeah, that's literally never going to happen. But what she does do is it's a little bit of a
okay, number 7, Brock Bowers. Bro.
And it smells like flesh. So the fire department comes, and she's pretty, she's sweet, she's nice. She says, I was just cooking and I burned my food. And they're like, bitch, you cannot cook because that smells horrible. It's burning flesh. But she somehow sweet talks all of this. And they say, okay, there's no fire, you don't need to come in. Okay, let her go. But now the fire department is gone. She's looking at this body and realizes that she needs to get rid of it. So plan A, lighting the body on fire.
Damn, nigga, you cannot move. I swear to God.
Getting a chainsaw, dismembering her husband's body, putting it in buckets, and then filling those buckets with cement. And that's exactly what Essie did. She recounted later that the day that she went to buy the chainsaw, the salesperson was really shocked that she was just going to operate it herself. I'm sure it was an odd and very memorable image when this, pretty lady comes in buying a chainsaw, and she says she doesn't need any help. So the store clerk actually said to her verbatim, "You better watch out or blood is going to flow." He was implying that she might hurt herself. Little did he know what she was doing. So she goes back to Holger's body and she gets the chainsaw and she begins to cut him up. When somebody is willing to dismember a body, they're basically saying, like, I don't care what I have to go through. I'm not going down for this. I will not be punished for my actions. I fully plan to get away with this. There's a level of determination. She would later get quoted saying that cutting up a body is more horrific than you would think. It's like a horror. But what's so interesting is, like, that's about all she said. I've also seen that quite frequently where people dismember a human being after killing them and then they complain about how hard it was to cut up the body, or it was hard, or it was tough and it was bad or something. And you guys have heard that before too, right? It's crazy. But what's interesting about Esty was she just said, yes, it was like a horror movie. And then just went on. Like, this lady's dark. It's dark. The thing about Esty was she just said, yes, it was like a horror movie. And then just went on. Like, this lady's dark. It's dark. So she cuts him up and she puts him in little bags and puts him in the freezer for 4 months, okay?
4 months.
Even though it's frozen, there still is a smell. This is not a cow or a lamb that you're like sealing up and putting in the freezer. This is a human being, and a human body, it just has a distinct odor. Police officers say that, you know, when they work on the force for a while and they smell a dead body, it is such a unique smell that you can never get it out of your head. And when you smell that smell, you know exactly what that is. And there was just this unique stench all through the entire house. It was dead body of her husband. And so Esty said later, she says this outlandish shit, I swear. She said, I put the pieces in the freezer, but despite that, the smell would just not go away. And I tried so many different perfume sprays, but nothing worked. It was ever present. Just the delivery of some of the stuff she gives to, it's just wild. So here she is, ice cream lady, done cut up her husband with a chainsaw. She's spraying body spray around the house, trying to get rid of the smell while she figures out what she's going to do. But she doesn't fuck with her. This is an insane mild smell starts to get to her, and she decides she just killed somebody, and quote, the smell is starting to get to her. It's insane. So she decides that she wants to get the body out of her house and take it over to the ice cream parlor. She needs to transport it, and she needs to make sure it doesn't smell. So this time she comes up with an idea to take all of the ice cream buckets, you know, the cute giant buckets that say strawberry cookie crunch or vanilla ice cream, like those things. She took her husband's body parts and put them in those buckets and then filled it with cement to try to keep the smell in there. And then she's not quite sure if the concrete is going to cover up the entire smell. So she mixes in a little something that she knows is going to work. Kitty litter. That's right. She mixed up concrete with kitty litter and put her husband's body parts in there, very calmly. So she mixes it all up, just thinking of, oh, how inconvenient is the smell, even though she's just murdered. She's a murderer. She's a killer. Not only is she a murderer, she also is a human being that has dismembered another human corpse. Insane. Like, that is such an insane detail. So she moves the body to the ice cream parlor. She actually even had people help her, like random men will be like, oh, I got that for you. And it's like literally her husband's body parts. And they left it inside. So she transported the body, smells out of the house, feels like life might kind of move back to normal. The body parts are all in this cellar, which I'll show you a little bit later. But while she's kind of dealing with all of this, Manfred comes back.
Now the quarterback changing the original play
Manfred,
call.
the guy that made her leave her husband and then disappeared on her. He comes back. He's a little skirt chaser because he had a girlfriend too, and she had just thrown him out. She kicked him out, and the first thing he does is go back to the ice cream parlor and he's like, "Hey, baby, I'm back." And okay, here's a moment where we can really discern whether I've done a decent job of painting Este's character. Because what do you think Este was thinking and feeling when Manfred walked back in and said, "I'm back"? Like, what do you think? Este, she's not like us where we say, "Oh my God, this trifling ass motherfucker is back. Just got thrown out."
No, I thought he was going straight. I better see what happened to see.
True love has returned. Anytime a man puts in effort, she is hooked, okay? Effort and charm, it's over. Even though he did her so dirty, we're talking, and it's on again. He also needed a place to stay. So he's, Esty now has a place to herself. He's staying over there a lot, going out some nights too. But she kind of realizes that Manfred is a little bit distant, and she finds out he's cheating. This is kind of a semi-relationship. She's taking care of him, and he's claiming that he cares about her, like they're inching into something serious. But she goes through his phone and finds he's on dating sites. He had nude pictures of other women. There were messages. There were meetups. Oh, he doesn't care about her. It's just so blatantly obvious. And this is like a moment where Esty switches to, let me try to jump higher so that he loves me. She's just fed. Okay, also, sorry, I just found the quote that she said about this. Everything she said is just so bold and just hard. She said, verbatim, found photographic pictures of other women, including one text message from a woman asking him when she was going to see him again. She said everything is so matter of fact. Also, she had found his dating profile through his phone, but there was a section on there that really bothered her where he described his dream woman, and apparently his dream woman was nothing like her. I don't know what it is, but when you're dating somebody and you realize you're not their type, oh my God, it's devastating. So once again, Esty continuing her pattern of not really setting boundaries, not liking direct confrontation, She says checking his phone and his laptop pretty frequently. She's looking at his emails, his phone, his messages, and not really saying much, but like one day she does kind of like get into it. He ignores her. He's very dismissive. He's very minimizing. Much like Holger. It makes me wonder if there was another person in her life before that was kind of like dismissive or minimizing, because she keeps picking these older men who treat her like she's not very important. And sometimes we'll pick people that put us back in patterns that we're trying to do, right? So not only is he ignoring her, but what's also interesting is when she speaks about relationships with men, she's emphasizing things that are important or frustrating to her, and she put an extreme amount of emphasis on how Holger was playing the game, how Manfred was minimizing her, and saying, "Oh, shut up!" Like she.
You just feel like
to me, this strikes me as like this is some kind of like a trigger for her, like do not ignore me. So there's one night where they get into some kind of argument about it, and he just refuses to talk to her about it, and it's very frustrating. And then, almost in like a retaliation, he actually starts flirting with other women right in front of her. And such a slap in the face. And he had to admit what he was doing. She was very, very upset by this. And this is a very this all goes down. It is November 22nd, 2010. And you know, if I give you a date, something's about to happen. This night, and this is very this all goes down. It is November 22nd, 2010. And you know,
Right, bro, that shit make no sense. November 22nd, 2010. I had to be 6. What? I was just about to turn 7.
And this is exactly where you're
You
going to
know
be
what
a
I'm
star
saying?
improvement.
In the
Like,
United
the lead
States.
late in the football
And
game,
I don't
just run
know
the
if,
football, keep the
I
clock.
guess this is in another country. And this is going on in a whole other country.
Give you a date. Something's
Like, I
going
probably
down.
asleep or some shit.
This night, Esty once again confronted him about his infidelity and flirting. And, you know, last time they had this conversation, all he had to do was swat her away like a fly, tell her to screw off, and he didn't want to talk about it. And to him, it worked. So he decided he was going to try that again, probably not knowing that being minimized, ignored, is like a pretty gnarly trigger for her. Of course, he doesn't know what happened to the last guy that ignored Esty. And so she's talking to him, and he's, Cannon, I don't want to talk about this. Screw off. Run, Dan at her house. He tells her to just go away. And she keeps talking. But then, in what she sees as almost the ultimate form of disrespect, he falls asleep. And not only is he knocked out, cold, eyes closed, he's snoring. I can only imagine that this was so similar to the moment that Holger was, sitting there playing video games and just, whatever. Manfred falling asleep and starting to snore right in front of her when she's talking about her feelings is going to elicit a similar response. So, Esty went into another room and she got a gun and she shot him 4 times in the head. And then she came back, and while she stood over his dead body, she asked him to forgive her. The interesting thing about this is this was not as impulsive as the previous murder because Esty had recently just purchased herself a brand new chainsaw.
A brand new chainsaw.
I can't make this up. The interesting thing about this is this was not as impulsive as the previous murder because Esty had recently just purchased herself a brand new chainsaw. I can't make this up. I'm trying to give you as much information as possible, but does it feel like pieces are missing for us? Does it? I'm like, see, what violence did you impulsive? While she stood over his dead body, she asked him to forgive her.
Since he killed 2 niggas at that point, a third person would have been a serial killer.
This was not as impulsive as the previous murder because Esty had recently just purchased herself a brand new chainsaw. I can't make this up. I'm trying to give you as much information as possible, but does it feel like pieces are missing for us? Does it? I'm like, see, what violence did you witness in your childhood that normalized this? You know what I mean? Like, she had to have seen something because to go to, Chester Bennington wrote a fucking song, like, I won't be ignored, and then she is out here, like, killing people, okay? Because she's feeling ignored. What did you see? What normalized this level of violence for you? She bought a new chainsaw, and this time, she also bought a tarp because she doesn't want to get the living room dirty. Last time, that cheer was right. Blood was everywhere. So, he's dead. And she gets out the chainsaw, and she chops up her second partner just a couple years later. Once she has all of the pieces of her lover from foot, torso, head, all being...
Oh, we number 20. Okay, we number 20. Okay, we number 20. Yes, sir. We number 20. Hey, can stop playing with me. We number 20. Yeah, never ranked. Or not ranked, whatever. So.